Good morning. Good morning. Happy Wednesday. I am bringing you a question from my members group, Love Confidently and Live Boldly. This beautiful community that have come together for answers in their love life and answers for themselves with their relationship with themselves. So I love this group, and I would love for you to join it too. It's called my Facebook group, Love Confidently, Live Boldly. And love confidently because so many of us have been hurt and burned, and sometimes don't open up to love, or sometimes open up way too much to what we think is love, and then get burnt and then think it's love that messed us up. But it wasn't love. Love will never mess you up. Love will always be the answer. And so today's question is, I need to break up with him, or I'm thinking of breaking up with him, but every time I go to do it, I start having doubts. So this, I've been there, totally been there. And, I want to answer. There's so much I want to talk about this subject. There's so much I can talk about, and there's so many variables, right? Because everyone has their own story, their own amount of time. Do they have children? Do they not have children? Do they, are they high school sweethearts? Like, did they just meet? Did like they help each other through something, through a tragedy? Did they have a long distance relationship? Do you have a short distance? Like, so there's so many things, so many variables that go into this question, that the best I can do is answer it in the best way I can, in a general way. And which is why, obviously, I'm a coach and I love working with people one-on-one, because when you come to me one-on-one, I can help you with your specific issues and your specific. So I will do my best to answer in general. And maybe it does hit you. Maybe there's things that I'm about to say that do capture what you're going through. Because honestly, we're all like going through the same thing in our own way of doubts. Okay. So the first thing I would say to this person, if they want to break up with this person and just keep having doubts about whether or not I should break up with them, is, what's this? It says Dave Kelly is watching, bring them on camera. What's that? I never seen that option before, bring them on camera. Okay, so I'm teaching now. So Dave Kelly, I will not be bringing you on camera, but you could definitely comment. I'd love to see your comments. Okay, so here we go. Especially if you have your own question about breakups. Okay. Just thinking about the question that you're asking. When I think that I should break up with him, I feel doubts. Both are on the thinking plane, the mind and thoughts. So being with someone romantically is not just thinking. Being with someone romantically takes emotion, takes soul, takes energy, takes physical. It has all the different compartments. So you cannot answer this question just in your brain by logic itself. This question of breaking up with someone, you can have all the pros and you can have all the cons and about something, and it's still not going to work out that way, right? You know what I'm saying? It's not going to work out. Like, you can have all the pros and all the cons, and the pros going to outweigh, and still cannot get you to that place of moving forward yet, because love and being, again, in romance is different layers that needs to go in. So I invite you to go into the energy layer, into the emotional layer of what is it that you want, instead of focusing on what you don't want. So if you're in a part where you're not sure if you should be breaking up with someone, write a letter, or do something, or journal, or visualize, whatever your thing is, to what is it, the kind of relationship you're looking for, so your body and your mind, you both can remember what is it that you are looking for. Because so many times we're like going back and forth in here, but we need to redirect our energy into another space. So what is it that you want? What is it that you want to feel? What is it that you want to, who do you want to be? And when you're in a relationship, who's your best you that you want to experience? How do you want to be, act, and feel in your own relationship? What do you see yourself happening in this relationship? So the best tool that I have, one of the tools that I use, is writing a letter, as if you already have this relationship, to tap into those feelings of the relationship that you want. Second thing, Maybe write a gratitude list to this person. Write a gratitude that you're grateful for all these things that maybe they are. And I'm not doing this gratitude letter to stay with them or to not stay with them. Again, I am doing this gratitude letter to get into a different energy source about them. Because at the end of the day, guys, we're all amazing human beings. Even though we make mistakes, even though sometimes we may not treat people the way we're supposed to be treating them, maybe sometimes we're so blinded by hate that or hurt that we hurt others. At the end of the day, we were all born to want to live our best life, to want to be happy, to want to, no one's born and it's like, I feel like getting hurt and I feel like hurting other people. We really don't. But sometimes we're so spiritually ill, so spiritually sick, so have been hurt so many times that we start acting that way. Hey guys, welcome. And so writing a gratitude list to this person is an amazing job. Good morning. So far those two things, right? So now the other thing is about if you're thinking about breaking up with someone because they're not in the right state of mind for you, or they're doing things that are hurting themselves and are hurting you, then it's the best time for you to step away. Even if you're not ready to break up with them, you don't have to break up with them at that moment, but for that moment, step away and see where you can focus on your life and focus on the things that you need to be doing at this time. Do not force an answer of breaking up with someone unless I think they're physically hurting you, or you're being emotionally abused, where it's getting like, then we're talking a different ball game there, right? So, but we're talking about someone that's just maybe emotionally unavailable. They are not being there as the partner that you wish that they were. That is the time for you to, third thing now, right, to step away. Maybe you don't even have to say to that. You don't even have to tell them, hey, listen, I'm stepping away for the. No, you don't. Maybe you don't even have to say that. Just do it, and focus on your things for a while until things become more clear to you. Another thing that I would say while this is happening is talk to your higher power. Talk to God about this. Talk to God or to your higher power, because there's an energy more than you that can help you out and hook you up during this time. And if you're just trying to figure out all the answers and you're trying to be the director and you're trying to be the actor and you're trying to play this role, you're trying to play the counselor, and you're trying to play the girlfriend or the boyfriend, it's going to get exhausting. So of course you can't come up with an answer to go ahead and be proactive about something that you want to change in your life. So how about we ask for the hookup? And I always tell my clients to ask for the hookup, whatever that means. And my client, actually, I'm going to share this with you. When I said to her, put it in God's hands, she said, wait, I can't put things, I need to do action. I need to make the action. I can't just stay there and not do anything. Like, God doesn't want me to not do anything. Exactly. I feel that the higher power is not like, hey, just lie there and the answer will come to you. But it has to be the right action. So the right action isn't trying to change him or her. The right action is not continuously focusing on whether you should break up with them. Should I break up with them? Should I break up with them? You're not getting anywhere. The right action is to focus your energy in a different direction, emotionally, physically, so that you can have a clearer mind and a clearer heart about what you're about to do. And the last thing I'm going to share is to move your body. Remember, we said your body, you're just not a walking brain, right? We got to move around. So what makes you happy to move? Dancing, running, a Zumba class, an exercise class, a walking class. What's a walking class? I did not mean a walking class. Well, I'm sure there are walking classes out there, but go outside and walk, get outside in nature, and think about something else other than this issue that, you're not going to get anywhere if you keep ruminating and ruminating, okay? So I'm going to end this conversation about this with telling you that, know that no matter what happens, you're going to be okay. No matter what happens, that sometimes it takes people some time. Don't be hard on yourself because you just can't go ahead and do what you want to do. We have feelings and we need to honor those feelings. And it takes time sometimes, and sometimes it doesn't. And either way, every step you take, and I believe this for you, that every step you take leads you to more love. And therefore, no matter the decision that you make, whether you break up with him or don't break up with him or her, It can never be the wrong decision. It'll just be the decision for the time. Because you don't want to make decisions based on where you think somebody will be 5 years from now, 3 years from now, 2 years. You need to make a decision on where you are today for now, and then maybe later on things will be different. But unless you make an action to shift that, you will always stay in the same place. So no matter what decision you make, you trust yourself enough that you are making the best decision with the information you have in this moment. And if things were to change, then things were to change. But you are not crazy. And that's the other thing. We think, oh, we're crazy. No, well, we're a little crazy. But we're not crazy to feel what we feel and deserve what we want, especially if we're putting the right action into place for ourselves. I feel like that's what I have for you today about breaking up with somebody. And don't ask 1,000 people, because 1,000 people will have their own. Yes, you're asking me, but I'm different because I'm biased. I'm unbiased. And because I've learned so much about this and I've teach this and I learn it and I practice it, and I'm going to be 100% honest with you, and not from a place where your friends may be coming from, where they don't like them and they're like, oh, fuck them, they're a jerk anyway. Or your friends could be like, oh, she's a bitch, you don't need her. Or they could be like, oh my God, he's the nicest guy, you need to stay with him, like give him another chance. Like, friends will come from their own filter. And so it's difficult to get those kind of unbiased answers from friends. So sometimes it's not the best thing to ask 1,000 people. You would get 1,000 different answers. You need to go within for yourself and practice these things that I have said or have suggested to you. All right, this is it. That's all I have for you. Bye. And again, no matter what your decisions are, stand behind them until you realize that they're not for you. And then you have the resources and energy and pride to be able to switch them and change your mind and then follow that. It's okay, right? You got to do what's best for you. And when you okay, so there's always something I want to say more. So remember, if you really love someone and you think they're so great and you don't want to let go of them, because if they are really for you, it will be for you. What's meant to be will be for you. What is not for you is not for you. It's like from Sex and the City. It is not your baby. Like, remember when there was not Samantha, the one who wanted to get pregnant, right? The one who had to get pregnant. I can't believe I forgot her name. But she wanted to have a baby and she was adopting, and she was so this close to having it, to adopting the baby, and then all the papers got messed up. And Charlotte, and her husband was devastated. And it was like, oh my God, that was our baby though. You know, now we lost it and they couldn't adopt the baby. And then she says to him, no, then it wasn't our baby for now. Like, that wasn't for us. So we may try to attach something. And last thing I'm going to say, my client had said, you know, I'm just staying. I want to stay because my sense of hope for the limitlessness of relationships is high. Like, something where she was saying how she believed in relationships so much that's why she stayed. Or that's why she was thinking, I don't want to let go. But use that same reason for the opposite. Know that your sense of hope and sense of hope for romance and relationships and love, that you're safe, that you have so much hope in it, that you can let go and release and set free yourself, that the right person and the right time and in the right conditions will come to you. And it could be the same person, just maybe in a different time. So there's a lot of people who break up and get back together, you know. And so it's about use that hope, that hopeless romantic in you, to do the opposite and not hold down a relationship that isn't going anywhere or growing with you. And maybe it's not about breaking up, right? Maybe sometimes it's about having that conversation with someone. But my suggestion is, don't have these conversations with someone until you do your work, until you do your inner work, until you do these suggestions maybe that I've said, or other things that involve you getting into the right energy space, into the right headspace, into the right physical space, before you ask someone else to do that for you, right? All right, my loves. Have a great morning. I am off to my Butts and Guts class. Yes, that's what it's called, Butts and Guts. This class is amazing. It's like always booked. You know, always trying It's like you have to like a year in advance. You need to not a year, well, a week in advance. You need to sign up for this class because it's really popular. Anyway, I'm off there. Love you guys. Send your questions. I would love answering questions, and hope this has brought some love into your life right now. Okay, bye.